All right, what's going on, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. As you see in the description, we're doing something a little bit different tonight. We will talk some NFL very quickly before tip off, but we're going to do a watch along for the Celtics Knicks game. And I feel like this would be fun for the podcast and for those of you tuning in. If you're watching it with us, we would love to hear from you in the chat. Even if you're not, we'll keep you updated with what's going on. We'll just have some fun with it. Hey, what's going on, Jory? See you in here early. But I will say that Dylan should be on in a little bit, so we will have the full crew here. I got Brett here with me. Brett, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. The NBA is back. I'm super excited. We're actually having a special episode of And One tonight at like 9 to do a watch along of the second game. So, and Meaty Boys. It's a real packed night for me. So
there you go. So you'll check out Celtics Knicks here. Then you can go join Brett over on And One for what was that Wolves Lakers.
oh yeah.
So there you go. We got you covered. Trajan, what's up, man? Appreciate you. So like I said, we're gonna do our NFL stuff for a little bit. Tip off starts. Once the game starts, then we'll kind of switch over to just a watch long. But if you in the chat and anything you guys want to talk about during the game, we can definitely do that as well. So we're just gonna have some fun with this. Who knows? If you guys like this, maybe this becomes kind of a regular thing with the show. Pick the early game on Tuesday, watch long while talking with you all.
And,
So, go ahead.
and don't worry. If you need somewhere to talk about how ugly Mikal Bridges' new jumper is, we're here for you. This is a Mikal Bridges jumper support group too.
Yes, that's gonna be a storyline all season. But
Good.
I do agree. It needs to be. This is just. I don't know what's going on there.
I didn't think
It's
anything.
going to be a long season. Shaking right. Oh, Jory. Hey.
That's funny because I didn't even think anything was wrong with this form. Like, I didn't even think it was bad because he was shooting like 37, 38% most years, which is fine for Mikal. Then all of a sudden he comes out with that abomination.
Yeah, I have no idea what that's about. Why they even chose to do that. Type something really quickly. There we go. All right, so like I said, let's go into our picks from last week so you guys can kind of see how we did. There we go. So last week, Brett went 2-3. You missed on the Saints plus 2.5, Jets minus 1.5, and you missed on my Patriots plus 5.5. But you did hit on the Ravens minus 3.5 and the Commanders minus 7.5. Because look, we've said all along, you pick the Commanders, you're most likely going to win that pick for whatever reason. As Jory says, all of our sports teams are giving her headaches. Look, this will be your area every Tuesday to vent. Trey just says, come on, Brett, figure it out. Look, we still got plenty of weeks to go. I hit on the Broncos minus 2.5, Steelers plus 1.5. Shout out to Dangerous in that one. Missed on the Bucks plus 3.5, Falcons minus 3. Got the Texans plus 2.5. That one was very sketchy there in the end there, but they only lost by 2. Thank you. As Trey just says, Wisconsin sports are one major headache.
But hey, you know what? We had a kicker win us a game for once. So I'll take what I can get this week.
Take the wins where you get them. Take them where you get them. So that's where we stand. Brett, you're now 15, 14, and 2 on the year. I am 20, 17, and 1. Dylan, hopefully we'll be able to make some picks for next week. He's still 13, 14, and 1. So that's the only graphic I had because we're going to get into picks for this week very quickly as the I'm sure what they're warming up and everything right now.
I will say I am impressed with the turnaround for you. If you didn't
Hey
watch
man,
last year,
last year was brutal.
Kyle was really bad at him. But this year, it's like the difference between the 06-07 Celtics and the 07-08. He got Allen, he got Garnett, and now all of a sudden they're winning.
Hey, I made the promise last season. It was not going to be that bad this year. Like last year, it was comical. If I made a pick, you might as well have gone with the opposite, and you would have probably done like 75%. It was just that bad. As George says, at least your quarterback is not a meme. That's just talking about Will Levis.
Are, I I mean, are we sure Jordan Love is like makes like at least like 2 head scratching plays a week? He makes like five
Right.
great ones, but he makes some really just hilariously head scratching plays.
Look, I mean, they're as long as they win, like they'll live with it.
Yeah,
Especially with Packers fans, like you went through the 5 years where he would do things. He'd be like, no, 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 oh, okay. Rogers did it every once in a while. So if Love does it and brings you, I guess, the Super Bowl like they did, you can live with that. Thousands of kickers in the world and limited amount of good quarterbacks. You find a good quarterback after quarterback. Kickers are impossible. I mean, you'd rather have a quarterback. I mean, kickers, you pick one if they stink, you throw them out, you bring in another one, like trial and error. It's all good.
nothing will top the Jordan. The biggest thing that gave me a heart attack about Jordan Love from this past game, it wasn't any of the interceptions. See, the thing is, Jordan Love will like when he starts to cock back and throw a deep ball, and the screen hasn't shifted downfield. You're like crying because you don't know if he's actually throwing to a wide open guy or there's 3 people down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh my god. 20 seconds left when he decided to air one out to Dontavian Wicks in the end zone and it fell incomplete. Like, I had a heart attack because I saw that look in his eyes. He was on his back foot and he just starts loading up. I'm like, oh god, this is going to be really awesome or really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We're already in field goal range and this man is just throwing 50-yard bombs off of his back foot out of nowhere.
Hey, he figures if you're not trying to go deep and score a touchdown, what are you out there for? Don't play for field goals. Play for the glory of the touchdown. Let's see, slinging Spider-Man celebrations before he slings a pick. Like I said, Jory, this is your time to vent about your team. It's all good. I mean, I would say you could switch over to NBA mode, but as you said, your teams are already giving you a headache, which your team does play later with the Lakers against the Wolves. So let's go ahead, get into. Appreciate that, Trajan. Great show. So we'll do our picks really quickly. Sorry, guys, I don't have a graphic for tonight, so we're just going to do this by ear. Thursday night, we have the Vikings coming off their first loss, heading out to LA to face the Rams. The line right now, the Vikings are -3. How do you see that one going?
So it's Vikings -3 against the Rams?
Yes.
I think the Vikings will win. I'll give them some credit here. I think they beat the Rams,
Okay.
but I think the Rams will surprise people and cover. I think it'll be a closer game than people think. I think Brian Flores has one of the toughest defenses to crack. However, I do think that you can't forget just how good Matthew Stafford can be at reading defenses and how great he can be at just, dissecting them.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Vikings pull it out. And I think the Rams punch first and punch often. I think they'll get up maybe like a 10-point lead. Then the Vikings will, finish out strong and win the game. But I'll take the Rams covering.
Okay. I mean, I think there is some stats out there to back that up because I do believe that there's a stat going that every team that faces the Lions loses the week after. Well, you did have the Vikings winning, but I guess that would lead to the Rams making it a closer game because they say the Lions like to beat up teams and it's usually tougher for them. I will go with the Vikings to cover the three. I just think they're the better team. I feel like Flores and the defense will have a plan against Stafford, who, you know, I think Cooper Cup is coming back. He will have a target for him, but I just trust Flores in that defense, so I'll take the Vikings minus the three. All right. Going over to Sunday night. I mean, this is a matchup probably before the season. Looked like it's going to be a lot better than it is now. But you got the 3-3 Cowboys heading out to San Francisco to face the 3-4 49ers. Niners are a 4-point home favorite. How do you see that one going?
Said it's Niners and who?
Cowboys.
Niners, Cowboys, and Niners are a favorite.
By 4, yeah.
I think the Niners cover it. I think the Cowboys just still haven't figured out the basic principle of, run stopping at all.
Mm-hmm.
And while the 49ers have looked mortal at times, I just think that this is a team that's like perfectly built to exploit the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys' kryptonite right now are just tough, smash mouth, in your face, run first teams. And while I do think, the 49ers are capable of throwing the ball, especially with the injury to Ayuk, Debo's down for the count, I think you're going to get a game where they're just physical, they're running the ball down the Cowboys' throats, and I just do not think that they'll have an answer for it. So give me the Niners to cover.
Yeah, I mean, I got to fully agree with you on that one. I just don't see a reason to think the Cowboys will show up in this one, and I assume the 49ers will do like a lot of teams do to the Cowboys and try to be physical with them. Anthony, what's going on? As he said that the 49ers don't have anybody and still covered, Cowboys suck. I mean, you're not gonna get any argument from me on that one. But I agree. I'll take the 49ers in this one. I mean, I believe they're getting Jawan Jennings back, which is some good news. They lose Brandon Ayuk for the season. So maybe Jennings, if you have him or he's available in your fantasy league, he might be a guy to target. Monday night, we have the 2-5 Giants heading out to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers, led by Danger Russ himself, at 5-2. How do you see that one going Monday night? Giants, Steelers. Oh, Steelers are a 6.5-point favorite.
6.5-point favorite? Yeah, I think they cover it. I would give the Steelers credit. That offense looked more explosive under Russell Wilson than it did under Justin Fields. I think that continues, and I think the defense is, more than capable of just stymieing stymieing the Giants offense and just keeping them at bay. I think so. You know what? Yeah, I'll take the Steelers to cover.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Russ looked good. He throws a deep ball that's catchable for George Pickens, who's very good at attacking passes in the air. I know a lot of people have been analyzing the game. Were like, hey, he got Van Jefferson involved, which most times you don't notice Van Jefferson. He got Darnell Washington some catches, so he's spreading the ball around, mixing it short passes with deep ones. So, hey, if Russ can continue this, more power to him. I know I felt so bad for him in Denver and how poorly he was kind of covered, and thought about at least he's showing that he still has something in that arm. But I agree. I think the Steelers take this one against New York.
And the Giants really don't have anybody still outside of neighbors. Wan'Dale Robinson has hilariously been bad this year. My favorite stat from this year might be Wan'Dale Robinson leads the league in targets, but is 44th in yards. Like he's getting a lot of looks and just doing absolutely nothing with them.
Right. Like that's a skill. It's definitely a skill by him. All right, so I guess we'll see how this goes because I will kind of read off some of the other lines. So if you are new to this show, we do the Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night games. If there's two Monday night games, obviously we pick those. And then we have to take a favorite and an underdog that we like to cover as well. Some of these lines are very interesting. So I will tell you that the Bengals are a 2.5 point favorite against the Eagles. The Ravens are a 9 point favorite going to Cleveland, facing the Browns. The Lions are an 11 point favorite over the Titans at home. Well, the Lions are at home, sorry. 11 point favorite. Dolphins are a 3 point home favorite over the Cardinals. The Jets are a 7 point road favorite over my Patriots. The Falcons are a 2.5 point road favorite over the Bucks. Your Packers are a 4.5 point road favorite over the Jags. The Texans are a 6 point home favorite over the Colts. The Chargers are a 7 point home favorite over the Saints. The Bills are a 3 point road favorite over the Seahawks. Broncos are a 9 point favorite over the Panthers. Raiders are a 10 point favorite over the Chiefs. And our favorite team, the Commanders, are actually a 2.5 point home underdog against the Bears. I guess they're assuming maybe there's some questions about Jaden Daniels. I don't know, but that might have been the surprise line of the week.
Yeah, that caught me off guard.
He's a
DTR
very
I think, is the backup, but they had Jameis as the third string. But I really feel like it's got to be Jameis Winston going forward.
Yeah, they signed Bailey Zappi off the Chiefs practice squad.
I really think it has to be Jameis Winston going forward.
Yeah. Also, for those of you listening or watching, the lines I use are from ESPN Bet. So like I said, I know those are a lot of lines to go through. So if there's a matchup you need me to repeat, let me know.
What'd you say the Colts line was?
Colts line, it's Texans are a 6 point home favorite.
All right. Yeah, that's actually this one's easy for me for my favorite. For my lock, give me the Packers over the Jags.
Okay.
Underdog, give me the Commanders against the Bears. I'll try the Commanders again. We're going to the well. Maybe one too many times, but we'll try it.
I mean, it's worked every week this year, so why not? Okay, so Commanders plus 2.5. Okay. I think that's reasonable. All right, so for me, I will go ahead and take. Let's see, what's tempting? I think I know my underdog. I'll go. I mean, I feel like you have to take the Ravens -9 over the Browns. Like that's too tempting. Would it be a Ravens thing to do to let the Browns kind of hang in that one? Maybe. It's between that and the Falcons one, only because the Bucks lost so many people. But yeah, I'll take the Ravens -9 over the Browns. Yeah, we'll do that one. And then my underdog, I'll take the Seahawks +3 against the Bills. I I like the Seahawks and their ability to run the ball. I think Geno Smith has been very good throwing the ball. Their wide receiver group, I still love so much. I'll take a chance on that one with it being out in Seattle with the 12th man, Buffalo having to travel across the country. I'll take the Seahawks +3. As Anthony asks, was Washington over under total wins 6.5 or 7.5? I'd have to go look at that. I think they were. I want to say they were 6.5. Want an easy win? Pick the Lions. I mean, 11 is a big line for that matchup. Well, Jory, we'll keep that in mind. If the Lions win, it would be like, look, Jory tried to tell us to take the Lions. All right. So let me write that down, and then we'll transition to the Celtics game. Let's just say like anything you want to quickly say about this past week or anything like that.
No. I'm just like I said. This past week, if there's one thing that I learned, if Tragan, if you're still in here, you'll appreciate this. I think the Packers drafted a star in Evan Williams. That man
Okay.
is fantastic throughout the first 7 weeks. He was most notably made a play on Kyler Murray last
Mm-hmm.
week on a 3rd and 1, which if you watch Kyler Murray, you know how difficult it is to like contain him and bring him down into a short yardage situation like that. And he was able to do that today. He was the guy that made the tackle when the Texans decided to go for 2. He was the one that was able to bring Mixon down in the backfield, which turned out to be the difference in the game. The Packers safety room went from one of our biggest weaknesses going into the year to one of our biggest strengths. And Xavier McKinney has been great in getting all the headlines, well deserved. But I think a big part of this defense too is we drafted an absolute star in Williams.
George says, Jamal Adams can kiss my shoe. I mean, those of you who don't know, I guess Jamal Adams was released by the Titans, and he was not too happy about it because something about his role. He didn't think the role that they had for him was what he was envisioning, but it's Jamal Adams at this point. So there you go. He can kiss Jory's shoe. All right. Let's see what's going on with the game. Obviously, because I know every time you do watch alongs, this comment always comes up. Why aren't you showing the game? You can't for copyright reasons. So we will, definitely do our best, keep you updated with everything. I mean, if you guys are watching and you want some NBA talk, put that in the comments. If you still want to do some NFL talk during the game, we are perfectly fine with that as well. Just want you guys to keep the interaction going and keep the comments flowing.
Listen, I'll do play-by-play if you really want to.
Yeah, I mean, we'll definitely do some of that as well. Like I said, so I guess as we're kind of transitioning, what are you looking for tonight in this matchup between the Celtics and the Knicks?
So from the Celtics, see, the thing with the Celtics is I think I'm looking for more of the same. This from, this past year because they didn't change much. So I don't think I should expect much. This is a team that has championship aspirations. To repeat, they want to defend their title. They want to defend their crown. What I'm actually going to be looking at is the backup center spot. Obviously, Al Horford is going to be in the starting lineup tonight. But, okay, that's great. But what about guys like Luke Cornett? Will they be able to step up? Quita Nemus, I think his name is the 3rd string. Like, I'm going to be looking at guys like that because I think the Celtics, like Horford's a year older, Porzingis is still injury prone, so I really wouldn't be shocked if those guys are forced into action. So,
okay, yeah,
it's really the fringe players I'm looking at with the Celtics.
Yes.
What do you know about Holiday, Brown, Tatum, and them? What are you going to get out of Hauser, Pritchard, Cornett, Tillman? That's what I want to know.
I think that's very fair. They're going to expect a lot out of Pritchard. Because of the finals he kind of had and the playoffs he had, they're going to lean on him as a big contributor off the bench. The backup center spot, look, I feel like that's going to go by game, especially with Missoula. I know Jory says she's going to want to look at Cat. Yeah, we'll see how they use him, how much pick and roll we get, how many 3-pointers does he attempt. For me, I mean, we kind of joked about it a little earlier on, but I got to see this Bridges shot live in the regular season. If it looks like it did in the preseason, that's going to be a big issue. Maybe he goes back to what he's known, and that was just something he was trying out in the preseason. I feel like if you're a Knicks fan, that's your hope. But, yeah, that shot was just way, way too ugly for me.
No, that's fair. I mean, from the Knicks, I think Jory really nailed it, right? It's Cat. He's the story. because I've watched him and Tibbs team up together, and last time they did not like each other until the trade. And I know they said, yeah, we squashed the beef. That's one of those. I'll believe when I see it. Okay, you squashed it now, but when Cat is shooting 4 of 12 and he's putting his head down because he's frustrated and he's not getting back on defense or committing stupid fouls and Tibbs tearing into him, y'all still going to be friendly then? Like, that's my question.
Yeah, it's a good point. We know at Tibbs, these stars are going to play big minutes. All right, they're showing starting lineups. Kind of the lines you're expecting. We're a few seconds away from tip-off. Obviously it was ring night for the Celtics. A lot of emotions come from that. We'll see if they're able to, I guess, come down from that high and actually get into this game and play well. Got the legend Al Horford at the center circle to take the tip. So we got Horford and Towns ready to jump it.
And Horford wins the tip. Goat just doing goat things.
I know he was literally just bouncing around before he threw it up and happened to be on the way up.
Oh,
the tip was
Tatum off the rip. Good hit. Pull up 3 for Tatum.
That's the new form. He straightened it out.
That looked much better.
Because he had a hitch last season. With that, whatever hitch he got rid of, Bridges picked it up. Look at the matches. We got Jaylen Brown on Brunson.
Strong take by OG.
Yeah, put that in over Al.
Here you go. Tatum again. Oh, little hard off the back iron. Here comes Brunson. Going right at Holiday and up and in. Nice take from Brunson.
Yeah, I mean, we know that he's one of those guards that loves to get to the rim.
Oh, Derek White with the floater. Okay. Dog is a Celtics fan.
And a nuisance when I try to watch it. See, maybe she's trying to tell you the Lakers aren't where it's at. Got to come onto the side of the Celtics. But that floater from Derek White is a big part of his game. I love to see how he's transformed since getting to Boston from San Antonio. Because when he first got there, he looked like he was not going to mix well with them. As Brunson hit another baseline jumper.
Oh, the GOAT tees one up. It's good. Al Horford from downtown.
Cat better learn. If Horford's out there, he's not afraid to shoot the 3. So we got 8-6 Celtics right now.
This is not where you want to. What are you doing? I don't think this is where Cat wants to be, realistically.
I mean, he's got Holiday on him.
He's got it. Well, the thing with Holiday is he's so strong in the lower body that a lot of people struggle to post him up, even centers, if you start out 15 feet away from the basket. Oh, White off the turnover, corner 3.
Made a living off of that last year. And he did keep the ball alive off of the Jaylen Brown miss.
Absolutely. Yeah,
So we got a timeout on the floor.
Brunson's not happy about some. Oh, Brown looks like they're chirping a little.
I think on
the
rebound, the two of them kind of went for it, and Brunson went down. And I think Jaylen Brown thought he might have tripped him a little.
Yeah, that whole sequence he didn't like. He thought Horford probably fouled them. Then Brown falls on him.
Yeah. Hey, Boston and New York, let's get a little chippy. Why not?
I prefer it to be chippy. I'm down. I love it.
Yeah. So let me see if I can pull up a scoreboard for you guys to keep you guys. Yeah, it's 11-8 Celtics with a timeout on the floor. Right now, I feel like both teams obviously feeling each other out, but Jalen Brunson's come out looking really good so far. We'll say the new jump shot from Tatum looks good. It looks kind of like what he had at Duke. For some reason, like a couple of years in, it became like really fragmented on his shot, which I did not understand why that happened.
I
But
never, I, I never understood that. Like, why do the players like? I get it if it's not working, but some of these guys will be shooting just fine, then like drastically change their shot.
yeah,
I think a good example of that, ironically, is Kyle Anderson, who could really shoot in college, and he was a fine shooter, like coming into the league at first on like low volume, but then he just
hmm
added like the worst hitch I've ever seen. Pre Mikal Bridges, and then all of a sudden he couldn't shoot anymore.
yeah, he became like some. It was like a weird set shot.
Hmm.
Yeah, so those of you coming in, we're doing a watch long, Celtics and Knicks. Like I said, if you guys like this, obviously hit the like button on the video. And if enough of you like it, like we could definitely do this each week, like the Tuesday early game. If it's a good matchup, just do a watch along, kind of along with the show. We have no problem doing that.
Say, I know. I'm looking forward to the season. I got a couple hot takes. My couple hot takes going into the year. We have the first one might be a hot take to some, but also not to some. It depends on how you rank Paulo Banchero. But I saw a lot of people thinking that he's gonna like be like closer to a top 50 player than a top 25. So my prediction for him was he's gonna be a top 30 player this year and all NBA next year. Um, Wemby will be on all NBA second team.
Hmm
Steph Curry surprises everybody and sneaks onto all NBA first team. Um, Reed Shepard wins Sixth Man of the Year and Rookie of the Year. And Charles Lee wins Coach of the Year, and the Hornets win a play-in game.
I don't hate that. I mean, Charles Lee came from the Buck staff first, was on the Celtics staff last year. He's taken on the challenge of that Charlotte Hornets team, which I feel like there are some young pieces there that if the right coaching kind of gets in the right position, they could be a bottom of the play-in type of team in the East. I don't think that's too bad.
I
Cat with
say,
the turnaround misses long over Jalen Brown.
oh, Derek White thought he got fouled. Here comes Josh Hart.
All right, got a little up and down action here.
Oh, Brunson with the move, but he lost it. Tatum with the leak out and with the slam. Boston up 13-10 with 8.5 to go in the first.
Cat kind of stood there, let Tatum run by him.
Just standing there menacingly. Don't shoot it. Thank you. Oh, Horford like lost his footing there and Hart blew right past him.
Yep, which is smart. Horford isn't a young guy anymore, so Hart let him come at him, and then Drew Holiday with the quick three. Missed that one. Cat loses the rebound out of bounds. Celtics ball.
Good hustle there by Jalen Brown.
Absolutely.
Say he's the one that kind of forced that whole sequence to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do like how they're trying to make sure to include Derek White in all these actions, or not? I mean
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson, but they're attacking Jalen Brunson defensively.
that Bridges shot. I feel like that wasn't as bad.
Oh, that's a 3-point. Okay.
So what do you think kind of season Jalen Brown could have this year, as he did just knock down that three?
Oh, ball fake, step in. Jalen
OG
Brown.
Anunoby. Yeah.
The thing with Jalen Brown that I love is strong take, good effort. It's really like that, right? I think there are better basketball players than him, but there's not a lot
Mhm.
of people that have like the energy and the heart that Jalen Brown just shows every night. And I think that's one of the big reasons why he ends up being not being afraid of the big moment ever, and ends up being one of the and being one of the more clutch players on the Celtics. I think I could very well seeing him being all NBA third team this year, one of the 15 best players in the NBA. If he goes off for 25, close to 25 points, maybe
Mhm.
snags like 5 boards a game with say not a high assist guy, maybe like 3 assists, maybe 4 assists. I'll go 25, 5, and 4. I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Tatum to the line for two.
Got
I
hammered.
do like seeing Tatum be aggressive. This is the first.
That's what you want to see from Tatum. Aggressive play. Oh, looks like we have our first subs of the game. Is that Pritchard?
Yeah,
Yep.
I got Pritchard in and Cornette. Looks like I guess White and Horford coming out. I will see what Cornette can do. Oh no, White's still in. Sorry, Holiday went out. Al and Cornette on the floor at the same time. Okay. Steal by Tatum. Got Brunson on him. Get to the Cornette up and under. There we go. Cornette off the bench with a bucket.
Let's see.
Brunson attacks out. Brunson is
Oh,
he's good. He's good going off the wrong foot there, throwing off your timing.
there we go. Good. Good fight by Cornette. Did not like that. 20 is that 20? I think 20 is Jericho Sims, isn't it? Yeah, that's Sims.
Okay, I was trying to figure out who that was.
I didn't even notice it until like that last play when he went up for the block. I was like, wait, that's Sims.
Hart missed that three. So I think what the
Oh,
Knicks are going to have to try to figure out is scoring uh, with the DiVincenzo not there. Where do they kind of pick up some of his production?
I think what I really don't like about the Celtics right now is I think they're too stagnant at times. I think they need to be more active and hunting some of these mismatches because watching Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown trying to go directly at Mikal Bridges and OG Ananobi, that's exactly what the Knicks want you to do. You're playing right into their hands when you do that.
All right, so there you guys go. Found a scoreboard for you that should be pretty
Oh,
good.
McBride with the jumper, good.
And he's the guy who comes in the spotlight with DiVincenzo gone.
Good hit by McBride.
All right, so I got another timeout as it's 21-16. Okay, need this scoreboard to update with the McBride shot. Might be a little behind. That's all right. All right. So far, we'll say both teams playing pretty well. They're getting into their actions. They're doing all that. So now we're kind of getting into the benches. We'll see how the bench units kind of play out into this one. Yeah, so those of you tuning in, like I said, if you guys want to ask any questions, make some predictions or anything like that, definitely do that in the chat and well, continue some conversations that way. And once again, to remind you, we're doing Celtics Lakers on here. The next game, Brett will be taking over to and one to uh, kind of give you the watch along during the Wolves and the Lakers game. Maybe I need to refresh the scoreboard once again because it should not be that far behind.
Really doesn't like McBride, does it? It refuses to show his
I mean,
bucket. Acknowledge
apparently,
McBride. There we go. There's Miles.
there we go. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I mean, these are two teams who feel like they should be top half in the East. Probably both teams have aspirations of being the East representative in the finals this year. The Knicks obviously made the moves with Cat and Bridges. Celtics basically brought everybody back. With Porzingis going to be out, I believe, until like December, I think. That's like the only difference, but pretty much the same, all in all. Oh, they do kind of an interesting story with Lonnie Walker. As Tatum hits another three. They brought in Lonnie Walker. I think the price tag he carried, they couldn't really carry him on the team unless they made a move. They couldn't do that. I believe reports are he's going to show up to the main Celtics. But you kind of figure with Lonnie Walker's athletic ability that somebody would take him. Shot clock winding down. Good deep. Oh, that's a brutal call.
Oh, foul just as the clock expired.
Yeah.
I think Lonnie Walker is just an interesting one because obviously he has talent, but the way like Twitter and everybody talks about him, you think the Celtics just waived Michael Jordan or something?
Yes.
He's a bit.
I've seen that a lot too, yeah.
Yeah, like they'll be like, oh, they waived this guy, and then they'll show like Lonnie Walker Spurs highlights. Like, dude, he's a good player, but he's an inconsistent player, and that's the problem. He's a solid slasher that can sometimes shoot, and he can get disengaged on defense rather easily. So I think he should be on an NBA roster, and I think he will be. Oh yeah, that foul they called if it stands at 0.1. Well, I think he'll be on an NBA roster, but I really think that people get attached to role players like a little too intensely sometimes.
Yeah. Kind of like the backup quarterback in the NFL. Everybody loves the backup quarterback. Everybody loves that like 8th, 9th, 10th guy on the bench who shows some potential. But like I said, there's a reason why he's not a starter necessarily, is because consistency wise, he's not necessarily there. But he does bring an element that you can use as a bench guy who's gets to the rim really well. He can finish around the rim really well as well. Also,
I'll say the Packers. We did that last year. Packers fans, when Jordan Love struggled for the first 8 weeks, let's give Sean Clifford a chance. Like, somebody's dedicated to putting on a show. Tatum with another pull-up three.
Hey, all that talk during the playoffs probably motivated him.
Put up 11 threes already. Hit 6 of them, so it's a good strategy. Oh, Sims lost it. Going up. Here we go. Here comes White the other way, surveying the floor. What is this offense? All right, Cornette, set a screen. We're going to take a one dribble pull up three. Oh,
Yeah, that shot looked like the preseason.
yeah.
His first one looked a little more fluid, but that one had that weird hitch.
Josh Hart's going to struggle. Josh Hart's looks like the worst player alive half the time until like December.
Yeah.
Ooh! Ooh! Tatum's a dog right now.
Play with that guy right there.
I love Josh Hart, and you just watch him slowly ramp up because until like December, you'll be watching him and be like, how's this guy even on an NBA team? But then he like finds his groove in December, and then all of a sudden you hit the playoffs, and he's just like full Josh Hart, ready to go out rebounding your center mode, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, that's his big thing. Like he works the boards even as a guard, but he likes to get dirty, and he fits the mentality of a Thibodeau team. He's a stereotypical Thibodeau guy.
When Tatum plays like this team is almost impossible to stop.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, Mo? Tatum came to put on a show. That's what it looks like. And I think a lot of people have kind of been saying is the fact that they got their first title and everything kind of takes a lot of pressure off of them. And who knows, we might see, I guess, maybe the best version of Tatum so far. You'll see maybe a better Jaylen Brown, which could be scary for the rest of the East. Because like you said, if Tatum's going to come out of here and go like, there goes Paul Pierce, the GOAT. Oh man!
Patrick Perkins is there, Celtics legend.
I bet you he bought his own ticket if he's there.
They have a special seat for him up in the nosebleeds.
Right. Telling the usher, how come I can't sit down there with Paul? No, you got to stay up here. You're lucky we even let you in the building. He's probably out like by security, still trying to get in. I got Cat on Tatum. Oh, campaign, my nemesis.
This Knicks offense right now is really sloppy.
Yeah. So you got Anunoby out there. You got Bridges, McBride, Campaign, and Cat.
Oh, good hit, McBride.
This is a lineup for McBride to do some work.
I think right now the issue I have with the Knicks offense is it's just a lot more stagnant than last year. Last year, Dante, Brunson, and all of them just had such great chemistry that there was just a natural free-flowing like rhythm to their offense where they knew when to cut and just play off of each other. And I think they'll get there. I think it takes time with new pieces, but right now we're just not seeing any of that. This offense just looks a lot more stagnant. Can't just push.
Okay, Holiday. There you go.
Tibbs' blood pressure has to be at like 150 right now. This man does not look happy. Oh my!
I don't think he ever does. Payne long on the three.
Campaign
for some reason that scoreboard was not going to update, so I just took that one off.
Campaign with like his best Damian Lillard impersonation there.
I'm not a fan of Campaign. Something about him. Something about him.
Yeah, Campaign and Mikal Bridges jumpers all in the same game. This is like my Y2K. Oh, nobody communicated there. You can't let Pritchard get that open. You got to switch that.
That was Hauser.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
They're both out there. They both look almost the same.
They really do. The only thing is Pritchard's like smaller, but yeah, if you're not,
Yeah. Like if you're not really looking closely, they look vastly similar.
I hate Bridges' shot so much right now. It's a
Yeah.
dead line drive too, which makes it even worse. There goes Holiday operating on the baseline,
Okay.
goaltending. That was a wrinkle that Missoula put in later into the year last year that really transformed the Celtics offense, having Holiday run that baseline. So we got 40-20, and it's still the first quarter, 50 seconds to go.
They are. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Good job by Cat. That is nice for the Knicks offense, though, to have somebody they can just kind of dump the ball down to and
yeah.
slow things down. But what are you doing, McBride? That is the most unnecessary double team. What? Tatum doesn't have a dribble. What's he gonna do there?
Clearly, they're just trying to make Thibodeau lose it.
Like mission accomplished.
Because that's true. Like,
Cat has no idea what's going on right now. McBride. It's just a great showing for McBride.
yeah, that's a tough shot.
Oh,
You gotta get it to Pritchard. This is where he shines. Oh,
well, like if you watch that last play, like the off-ball stuff going on, Peanut agrees, but you're just watching Tibbs like yelling onto the court, and Cat is literally going like throwing his hands up, like, what is happening?
yeah. So that's the end of one. It's a 43-24 Celtics lead. Yeah, it's right now. It's looking like a Celtics blowout, but it's only the first quarter, so I'm sure Tibbs is going to get into some guys during this quarter break, and we'll see how they come out in the second quarter. Because obviously you can't have another showing like that, otherwise this will be a laugher by halftime.
Yeah, no, they're just not communicating out there defensively. Too many guys are being left open.
Yeah,
and that's Tibbs ain't running a scheme leaving guys open like they are right now. That's just pure communication right there.
yeah. Communication, unnecessarily gambles. 'Cause like you said, the McBride play, you have Pritchard in the corner on the same side of the floor as Tatum is. Tatum picked up his dribble. He beeline from Pritchard to double team Tatum, who just simple pass to Pritchard wide open in the corner.
I think he was trying to get like a cheeky backdoor steal, but you don't need that right there. And I think that's just too risky to try.
Right.
I
Too
think that,
early to do desperate things like that on the defensive end.
yeah, and I think a big problem too with Mikal Bridges right now is I think this could be a rougher year for the Knicks than people anticipated. I think a big, benefit of Mikal Bridges was him coming in, and I thought he brought a level of ISO scoring that the Knicks thought they were going to have, but Mikal like just drastically changing his jumper up, and it wasn't a change for the better. I just don't know if they're getting that level of ISO scoring that they think they were going to get, and if Bridges can't create for himself off the wing and in the perimeter, then that once again just leaves Jalen Brunson to do a majority of the creation work, outside of the occasional Cat post up.
Right. And I know Bridges always had kind of an odd jump shot, but it's like he's shooting on the way down. He's shooting a dead, just no lift on it, just a straight line drive. Most of his shots are hitting the front rim. Like, I don't know, it might be confidence at this point. Like, he doesn't have confidence in the new form, and he's not making shots. Like, there's no reason for him to be confident in it. So how long before he tries to make another change to this jump shot? And then you got to hope that connects with him.
No, absolutely. and that he's always had a higher release. He just, I don't know why he just brought it like all the way like as high as it can go. Like
Right.
Bridges, Bridges isn't great off the bounce, but against like smaller guards in the right matchup, he could definitely abuse him in isolation, and that's kind of what he did with the Nets, and he did it pretty well actually. But I don't even know if I trust him with that with the form he's got now.
And like looking at this lineup that they have, coming out in the second quarter, you got same Payne, Bridges, McBride, Ananobi, and Cat. Bridges is going to have to score in this lineup. McBride's on a heater, though. They got
Now,
that going.
I'm sure that you'll get a lot of people saying start McBride if he does a couple of these, but McBride Brunson backcourt sounds awful defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say he's looking up. Short. It's always going to be short.
Yes.
He's got to pray for a shooter's touch.
You can't let Hauser leak out and beat you up the floor. I mean, good thing he missed that one, but
I love the confidence in McBride. He didn't hesitate to attack Drew Holiday in isolation.
because he's going to have to.
Cat's coming out aggressive this game too.
Yeah, good showing.
Bridges looks like Simmons. Yeah. Tillman. Okay. Well. Oh, McBride draws the foul.
Yeah, drew the charge. Way to step in there. I think for Tillman, that's going to be a key shot for him as well. He did knock down a few of those in the preseason, that corner three. And if he's able to hit it kind of consistently, that'll give him a pathway to more minutes with this team. Although this comment is interesting, Bridges looking like Simmons. Like, what does Simmons look like this year? I mean, at least he's on the court. But as we've seen before, it's a question of how long does he stay on the court once he actually does play in a regular season game. As Cat missed that jumper.
Oh. Yep, she's going to draw the double team. Oh, good double by Cat. See, that's a good double. I like that. You don't double there. Horford's just going to abuse campaign all the way for the easy two. So good double. He was in the corner. It was a good spot to double too.
They got 7 on the shot clock here.
And the Celtics are just generating easy offense at will right now, and I think that's the biggest problem with the Knicks defense.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the misses are an easy look. Like that Drew Holiday look was open in the corner.
Right. You'd like to see with Cat guarding the inbounds that he would have rotated over to Holiday there to cut that shot off.
Oh. Tillman, yeah, that's going to be short. Horford! Money. Yeah, I think the Celtics offense, when it was 21-14, they were trying too hard to just win in isolation against the tougher defenders, but I think they're just doing better now at attacking mismatches.
Yeah.
McBride draws a foul. Okay.
I mean, look, that's encouraging for the Knicks that McBride is a guy you can bring in off the bench and he can give you offense. Because look, as much as the Bridges thing is going to be an issue, they're going to need somebody now to step up and possibly fill in for that production. Because yeah, every time Bridges takes one from kind of the corner, it's short and it's like wedged in between the rim and the backboard. Everything up top is just hitting the front rim and dying right there. So, this is not good if you're a Knicks fan looking at Bridges out there on the court right now, because they gave up a lot to bring this guy in. This shooting thing cannot be an issue all season. It's 46-30 with 9:05 to go in the second quarter. Celtics with the lead.
Right there, as Drew sizes up and hits an easy three. I didn't like that. OG Anunoby reaches out of nowhere, which leaves Jaylen Brown wide open. And while Brown didn't take the three, it let him crash the entire defense as a result,
Mhm.
and lead to a Drew Holiday wide open three. Just absolutely poor decision making defensively. Too many unnecessary risks.
Yeah, I think McBride stepped out on the catch there. Thibodeau, they just show him just shaking his head. Holiday
A little
posting up
hard.
out to Horford.
And second chance points.
Yep.
If you want to beat a team like the Celtics, you have to play perfectly. Not only are we seeing too many unnecessary risks defensively, but like right there, again, that's another second chance point.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Pacome Diete?
Mo says love Drew in the post. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, even that missed from Tillman, wide open.
There's just like no avenue right now to generate easy offense for the Knicks, and
I mean, not yet, because now you have an Anunoby taking threes, which I don't think is the strongest part of his game either.
say if Jaylen Brown's starting to hit Dirk fades on you, this game's probably a wrap.
Yeah, you got Brunson, you got Hart, you have somebody else up at the scores
Down low.
table.
Feed the big man down low, clear out. Just pass
I mean,
it
yeah,
low.
he has Hauser on him. Like,
Okay,
come on.
Miles McBride is hot, so it worked out. But that was like even that possession made me mad.
Yeah.
Like, you hit the tough step back with time expiring, but it was completely unnecessary. Look for the easy look. That's money.
Yeah. It's too easy.
It's not even like the way I judge a lot of these teams is these games is the sustainable offense as campaign with the blow by. This is absolutely sustainable offense for the Celtics.
Mo, the question is that German point guard that just retired better than.
Oh, Ish Smith, Hoop Grid's legend.
Hey, Ish Smith will surprise you. Drop 20 or something on you every once in a while. I know he's had like a couple of really good games against the Celtics in his career. Let's see. Oh, how's it going, Linda? Says good evening to you and me.
Hey, Linda, what's up?
Appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, Ish Smith he's a crossover grid legend, Ish Smith. When in doubt, Ish Smith most likely works somewhere. Yeah, Linda, we're just doing a little watch along here for Celtics Knicks. None of the scoreboards I could bring up were actually like updating correctly, so we're just gonna do away with it. So yeah, as we have a timeout here, guys can hit the like button. Let us know if you like this from the show, us doing watch alongs. We could do these every Tuesday, or if there's a matchup on Tuesday during the 7 o'clock window that intrigues us, well, we'll probably do this on other weeks. We'll kind of go back to the other format. But we did do some NFL talk beforehand, before the game started, so we'll kind of do the same as the season goes on. Actually, interested to know what would be the game next Tuesday. I'm sure it's kind of. Let's see. Oh, and also, Brett will be doing Wolves Lakers over on And One, I'm guessing with Mo. So if you guys want another watch along, check them out over there on Brett's channel.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be the new look Wolves We'll see Julius Randle, Anthony Edwards and company taking on LeBron and AD. Of course, we'll get to see the big moment. First regular season minutes shared between LeBron and Bronny.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they just have to do it tonight, get it out of the way, get that big moment, and then you can just re-lock in and focus on basketball the rest of the way.
Absolutely.
That Mo guy's the GOAT. I call him the greatest co-host of all time, and I mean it. Legend.
Exactly. So next Tuesday looks like you got Mavs and Timberwolves. That should be a good one.
Yeah, my goal, I want to do a lot of watch-alongs this year, or at least a lot more.
Yeah.
It's going to be tons of fun. Tomorrow I might do a watch-along of on like a TikTok exclusive watch-along for Bucks Sixers.
Okay. All right, back with the action.
Here we go. All right, Josh Hart fighting to get over that screen, get back out. See, I don't mind that. Fight to get over the screens, and if, Pritchard drills a 30-footer over Brunson, that's fine. That was much better. Got a little bit of a hole to dig yourself out of here if you're the Knicks. They're going to get the call there. As soon as you start trailing Jalen Brunson, you really got to be careful because he's going to stop on a dime every time, so you run into him.
Yep.
Jaylen Brown doesn't seem to, like it, but
well, there goes Bridges. We got some time to sit on the bench. Maybe
3 on his last 23 3-point shots.
And that's from a guy who shoots like 36% for his career. Like that's
38.
Not normal.
Like 38% shooter randomly changes his form. It didn't make any sense. Well, at first I thought maybe that was maybe like a workout that he's just doing or something odd.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought Chet Holmgren changed his form because there was a really odd video of him shooting weirdly, almost looking like Josh Giddey's form. But then when the actual game started, his form looked like last year. So at first when I saw that, I'm like, oh, maybe it's just like an exercise, but it was not the case.
Unfortunately not.
The Knicks don't have. I don't think the Knicks have a chance with Tatum playing like this. Holy!
Another step back three.
He is just unconscious right now. It doesn't matter. The look is going to be to the weak side. If the Knicks want to beat this, no.
You're just putting that on a silver platter for Jaylen Brown.
The Knicks just aren't looking to beat this defense. They're going to overload Brunson every time. The look is to the weak side. Put your best shooter in the weak side corner.
Right, on that possession, unfortunately, it was Bridges over in the corner.
Right, right there. That was perfect. Even Jericho Sims, because then he was able to get a running start.
Yeah.
That's the key to beating the Celtics defense. They're going to overload the strong side, so make sure you have good shooters on the weak side and good cutters.
Yep.
Kick it out. And corner three. Yep. Doing my best Peter Griffin impersonation when they're playing old school double dribble. Corner. Nope. Good finish by Brunson. That was tough.
Yeah.
Come on, Cornet. Give us an ISO. Nobody wants to watch Tatum, but I want to see Cornet. The Celtics are insane right now. They have 65
That was a crazy wrap pass from Tatum.
Tatum, the playmaker, is fantastic.
Yeah. Love seeing that in the playoffs.
Jalen Brunson has been terrific this game, too. Don't let the score fool you. Brunson and
Yeah,
McBride.
he and McBride have been the bright spots for the Knicks. I guess you could say Jericho Sims as well. He's kind of done
Yeah,
what he like. He knows what he is.
I think their big bright spot. Oh, that forced him into a tough look. Oh, they called the foul on McBride. Say Brunson offensively, Brunson, McBride, and Cat. I think Cat's been great. He's been aggressive in the post. The real issue is Mikal Bridges. OG Anunoby's just kind of there. He hasn't really, done much.
Yeah, look, for an opening night, getting rings and everything, like the Celtics look like they're in mid-season form already.
Yeah. They came out wanting to make a statement. Hey, Drew.
I mean, they probably heard a lot of talk about the Knicks coming for him. You get Al back in there too. Crazy thing is, Cornette used to be a shooter.
It's going to
Then
be.
he got to Boston and he doesn't shoot anymore.
Kyle, are you ready for the? Well, we didn't have Mitchell Robinson. Just you wait.
Right.
Mitchell Robinson's the 24-point difference in this game, guys.
Jaylen Brown made free throws. That was kind of a storyline last year.
Good hit by Brunson over Horford. I will say, one thing I've noticed this game is Horford does look a step slower. He's a year older, so that would make sense. So that might be something to watch as the year goes along. I still think regardless. Oh, Jaylen Brown. I think regardless, he'll always find a way to be a productive player, but. Okay, yeah, don't do that, Bridges. Okay. No, don't.
Okay, get to the Cat.
Good offense, right? Kind of. Good shooting by Cat.
Yeah.
Bridges tried, but there was just nothing he was doing in that scenario.
No.
Oh, they want Tatum on Hart. I bet you if Brown cuts right now, he'd get an easy backdoor. Or they're just letting him go at Hart. Fair enough.
Could take to the rim. Brunson back the other way, a little short. That's still a good take by him.
Oh, yeah. Jump ball? Or they're calling it a... Oh, they're calling it a foul? Oh.
That's a tough one. That's a tough call.
That's quick. But there was a quick little spot. But I look like Brunson may have been holding his hand right there. Like right at the end of that play, it looks like Brunson may have just held his hand for a moment.
Mm-hmm. I got an Anthony Edwards Sprite commercial. I feel like Anthony Edwards will probably start being in a lot more commercials. We know the league is gonna push him to the moon this year.
Man, I did not expect Mikal just looks terrible. I don't even know how to put it. Like, he just looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this entire team in general is just out of sorts. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they started out like 11-9 or something before they really took off.
Yeah.
But like last year, what did you miss? The Celtics look like they are ready to repeat. They are dominating. The Knicks look completely out of sorts.
Yeah. Bridges' broken shot is still broken. And Tatum apparently can't miss since he's fixed his jump shot.
Like I said, I really like Brunson, McBride, Cat, and really outside of those three, it gets really dicey. Like Jericho Sims has done exactly what he's supposed to, so I'll give him some credit there. Everybody else is just bad. We got Campaign pulling up off of screens like he's trying to be prime Damian Lillard. That is going as well as you would think it is.
Yeah. It's like because Bridges has been missing so much, they don't really know where to put him in the offense to try to get him an easier shot. They've tried posting him a couple times, didn't work. He's had open shots on in the corner, come up short, up top, short. So
I think the Celtics are just a matchup nightmare for him. Like he's most efficient, like when he can bully smaller guys. Except you can't really bully, Drew Holiday and Derek White. And his other real big efficient source of offense is cuts. But the Celtics defense is so on point that they're just not giving him those easy cutting opportunities.
right, exactly. So yeah, there you go, Jory. You're kind of caught up. Celtics looks like mid-season form. The Knicks don't.
Every single Bridges three is short. He's not getting enough on him. Let's say Towns looks great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 1:50. Knicks need a run here. Show something. Oh, here we go. Okay, I see what you're doing, Drew. Okay. All right. Oh my! You almost had to censor me there. Is insane. Yeah. What the?
Yeah, Tatum with the three in the corner over Bridges, and Bridges was up in. Bridges was up into his jersey, and he just pulled up and drained it.
Nope, that's going to be. Okay, you know what? That works out bad. I really thought OG was going to try to answer back with an ISO on Tatum, and I'm like, please no.
Right, yeah. Yeah, good drive by Hart getting to the free throw line.
The Knicks are out of sorts, but there's also an element to this. If the Celtics are shooting 17 of 31 from three against you, there's really not anything there's not much you can do at that point.
Right.
The real secret to the Celtics is you have to slow them down early. Because if you let them get into this rhythm, they're going to kill you. And with all the miscommunications from earlier, even now that they've tightened up the defense, it doesn't really matter. Now that basket is looking mighty big for them.
Yeah. I love the way they showed the FanDuel spread. Start of the game, -6 for the Celtics, currently -19.5.
Well,
I guess Tatum was too open on that one.
Yeah, he missed the easy one. Kick that to the corner.
Okay, Brunson posting up White. Needs an outlet. Okay, get to the Cat. Cat's got Holiday on him.
Horford.
Strong move. Horford with the great recovery defense there.
Right here, they have to look corner. They're going to drive the Celtics defense is going to crash from the weak side. You have to look corner if you want to beat it.
But once again, Bridges was in the corner.
But that's fair. Where else? Oh, he's got a good take for Cat and the foul. But that's kind of an issue too. Is where else are you going to really put Bridges?
Right. Yeah.
If his shot is that short from the corner, imagine if you tried to put him for an above the break three. They say that shot would just knock out the cameraman in the front row.
Good take over the middle by Cat. See if he finishes off the 3-point play.
I say somebody come and get the ball back from Tatum.
So it's 72-53 Celtics lead. 30 seconds to go in the second quarter.
Oh, you know what this is? Oh, got to attack quick. And he does. And a good take.
That's a tough finish at the rim by Tatum.
Starting to think that it's my fault that, Tatum was inconsistent last year because I picked him to win the MVP. Great cut by Hart.
There you go. All right, second and a half.
Oh,
you don't have Pritchard on the floor. Clifford.
Call a timeout. Get him on the floor.
Yeah. All right, that's the end of the first half. We got 74-55 Celtics lead. Yeah, Tatum had a great half. Brunson equally on the other side. Cat as well, like you said. So we'll see what, I guess, Thibodeau can drop in the locker room to come out. Because, like I said, the Knicks kind of need a run in this game. Get like a nice little 8-0 type of run. I feel like you're kind of taking some momentum away from the Celtics. Like, if it just keeps going like this, yeah, the Celtics will coast to a 20-point win in this game.
If Mikal Bridges forgets how to shoot, I think that in general that this team is just kind of cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think they can afford Mikal Bridges just being even like. It almost feels like even if he's like a 33 or 34% 3-point shooter, that just completely kills this offense.
Yeah. Because, yeah, what killed the Knicks a lot last year was, yes, Brunson could get to the rim, could get into the mid-range, but there were times where he would kick it out and you needed somebody to knock down a three, and you didn't get, like, consistent perimeter shooting. So it made sense they went out and got Cat, who fills another need as a big man, but who can also shoot. When they traded those picks for Bridges, like, they were expecting to get the guy who's a legit threat from the perimeter to kind of balance out their offense. And if he can't do that, then yeah, the offense becomes more, oh, Brunson has the ball in his hand. All of our defense will focus on him. And the Celtics are basically leaving Bridges out there open as well right now, because if you could kick it out to him, he's not showing the ability that he's going to knock that shot down right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And like McBride out there with like Brunson and Bridges or something. I don't know. You have to try some kind of crazy lineups to either help Bridges and put him somewhere else on the floor, or I don't know. Maybe the second half we'll see a bit of an adjustment there.
Yeah, defensively, it's also been. And it's funny because the Celtics aren't even doing anything complicated. It's just them spamming pick and roll either with Drew Holiday or just let's just run pick and roll against whichever Knicks centers out there, and it's been working terrific. Sometimes the easiest play is just the right thing to do.
Yep.
I say, and especially since, like I mentioned earlier, if Mikal can't shoot, and normally Josh Hart takes a while to load up into his, regular rhythm. I don't know where this offense comes from early in the season, besides, Brunson.
Yeah.
If Brunson has to miss a game or has an off game, then that.
Right. Then they're really cooked. Let's see. Some halftime numbers. Guess we'll look at the team stats. Oddly enough, the Knicks are out shooting the Celtics 58% to 55%. Big differences from three. The Celtics lead that 53% to 28.6%. And free throws are Celtics have taken only 4 free throws, but they're knocking down all these threes. Knicks are being out rebounded by 10, 26 to 16. That's where you were talking about earlier. Second chance points have been killing the Knicks. That's why Celtics have the rebounding edge there. Celtics lead in assists 18 to 8. Speaks to probably ball movement. Celtics have 5 steals compared to 1 for the Knicks. Defensive pressure. Turnovers, Knicks have 6. Celtics have 2. But the Celtics do have 11 points off of those 6 turnovers. In fast break, Celtics have the edge 6-2. Let's see. Individual numbers. You got Brunson leading the way, 15 points, 6 of 7 shooting for the Knicks. Then you got Karl-Anthony Towns, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 of 8 shooting. And McBride hasn't missed a shot yet, 14 points, 5 for 5 from the field. Celtics, you got Tatum with 25 with 6 assists, probably just as big there, and 3 rebounds, shooting 9 for 12 from the field, 6 of 9 from 3. Jaylen Brown's got 12 with 5 rebounds. Derek White has 11. Drew Holiday has 10. So you have 4 of the 5 starters from the Celtics already in double figures, and Horford's got 6. So there's a good chance he gets to double figures here in the second half. There you go. Those are your numbers. They did play to a draw in the second quarter because the Celtics won the first quarter 43-24. Both teams score 31 in the second. So even when the Knicks have an offensive explosion like 31 points, Celtics do the same. There you go. You're caught up on the first half.
Say Knicks need to button up their perimeter defense. You got to protect Cat in the middle there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like, I know everyone's excited about the offensive addition of Karl-Anthony Towns to this team, rightfully so. But remember, this is still the same guy who was so bad defensively that he got benched in a 61-point outburst.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, you got to do a better job on the perimeter, buttoning up these rotations, and just stay in front of your man. Try to limit what Cat does defensively.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Bridges, no points. 0 for 5 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. Played 19 minutes. He's a minus 17, which is, tied for the worst on the team with McBride, who's also minus 17. I mean, I don't know how you feel about plus-minus stats. I mean, they are what they are. Tatum's a plus 19.
I think plus-minus stats, as long as you know the context, are just, they can be misleading, but
yeah,
I think they're fine. Like, everybody, freaking out, oh, Jokic is always just ridiculous plus-minus. I was like, well, the Nuggets never cared enough to get a decent backup center behind him, so it makes sense.
Right.
So, as long as it's taken in context, those are fine stats.
Oh, here we go. We got Dylan. What's up, Dylan?
What's up, Dylan?
Hey, what's going on, guys? What's going on?
Nothing much.
It's good, Knicks bad.
Right. Pretty much.
Can set this up.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you're good. Yeah. Knicks good. I mean, Celtics good. Knicks bad. Bridges' shot is completely broken.
Knicks fans are going to have a drinking problem by the end of this year just off that jumper alone if they haven't already.
Somebody check on Stephen A.
I'm telling you, all we're going to hear, man, the Celtics beat us because we didn't have Mitchell Robinson and Precious Achiuwa. We have them. We're only losing by 12 instead of 20.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you guys are tuned in, what are your thoughts on the first half? Or any questions you have for us, let them fly. Also, to remind you all, the second game of the night
Wolves Lakers, you can go follow Brett and Mo over on the And One podcast where they will do a watch along for that one. That should be an interesting matchup. Anthony Edwards versus LeBron and the Lakers. We'll see if Anthony Edwards tries to put on a show. As Brett said, we will obviously probably get that moment where Bronny and LeBron are on the court together. The announcers will probably lose their mind. Certain Laker fans, I know George's one of them, may, turn off the TV for a second, but it's going to happen, even though LeBron came out and said, oh, don't rush the Bronny thing on the court. LeBron, you're not fooling anybody, okay? It's going to happen tonight. You're going to soak in the environment. You're gonna milk it, and then we'll just move on.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Also, Karl Anthony Towns, I will say, has looked lost defensively out there too. If this continues, maybe, just maybe, we can finally put some more respect on Rudy Gobert's name for anchoring that defense, because I think too much credit was given to Karl Anthony Towns. I think Towns was valuable to that Wolves defense last year, don't get me wrong, but too many people were trying to credit, Towns for being the guy, and it was like, dude, Rudy had to cover so much defensively for Cat, it's not even funny.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I mean, you've seen it sometimes even offensively where, especially early on, Cat was trying to find like where he's supposed to be on the floor and everything like that. I think as the first half went on, he became more comfortable on that end. But yeah, defensively, there's been times where he's kind of just standing around, allowing his man to drift out into the corner or something like that, and he's slow to react to that. Yeah, you can't necessarily do that against a team like Boston. I mean, you can get away with that against some other teams where they may not have a player that he's guarding who can knock shots from out there consistently. But even with this Celtics team, like even if you do react and that person doesn't take the shot, they'll just swing it around and find somebody who is open.
It's funny that the Knicks made two moves and traded for two guys who are absolutely terrible matchups against the Celtics. I think that's so funny. Like,
Yeah.
Cat's going to get exposed defensively every single matchup in this one. And Mikal Bridges forgot how to shoot, and the Celtics defense perfectly takes away his cutting ability. So I think Cat, regardless, will be a plus offensively, but in general, like defensively speaking, they may have just traded for two guys who are going to get, abused by the Celtics. I think Cat's going to do much better against teams that don't have legit 5-out spacing. That's not named Milwaukee.
Knicks fans are going to hurt when Dante DiVincenzo just balls out tonight.
Yeah, that's their worst nightmare.
He's just going to have like 20
like
points.
35.
Yep.
Julius Randle masterclass incoming. The funny part is, I will say, I think if Julius Randle is willing to adjust and tinker his game, it's going to be good for the Timberwolves. I think he gives them.
That's going to be the key. Will he do that?
Yeah. If he does, I think he's a better defender than Karl Anthony Towns. I think he's a better playmaker, and he's going to get more guys, open than Karl Anthony Towns. I think Towns is just an infinitely better shooter and just natural scorer than him in general. But I think that, Randall obviously can score. He's shown that he can. But I think he's just a better defensively and a better playmaker, or just passer.
Yeah. I feel like that's what we're going to want to see in the second game is, offensively, does Ant get the freedom to do what he wants with the ball in his hand? How does Randall play off of him and everything like that? We did talk a little about the Lakers, the whole Bronny and LeBron thing's going to happen, but I guess looking at more of the other pieces on the floor with the Lakers, like what do you want to see from them in the second game?
From the Lakers?
Yeah.
Hit the open looks that are provided to you. Like, I don't need to see much from them. The issue is, I don't think you can expect too much for, Austin Reeves, okay, just hit your open looks, initiate some offense to help LeBron, same with D'Lo. But overall, outside of like Reeves and D'Lo, I don't think you can expect anything from the rest of these guys. Like what do you realistically can you expect out of Jackson Hayes or Cam Reddish or Christian Wood? Or I think they have Gabe Vincent. Like, really, all those guys are, hey, you're going to be spoon fed plays. Make the right play when you get the basketball.
Yeah.
Rui Hachimura, make the right play when you get the ball. Like,
Yeah, basically, I kind of agree. These guys are all like kind of veterans at this point now. It's not like really outside of like Dalton Knecht and Bronny, those are the only rookies on the team really that are going to be playing a bit. So you guys are mostly veterans now. May give and say not like the greatest players, but still veterans. You should make the right plays and the right moves. So just do that when given. And really, that's just kind of what you expect from them.
Yeah. Also for Gabe Vincent, like, can you not be Kendrick Nunn 2.0? Kendrick Nunn went from the Heat to the Lakers. Never saw him on the floor. Vincent's made the same move last year. You barely saw him. Can he be out there more often this year?
Oh, game started. Halftime's over. OG Anunoby missed a shot though.
That's more of the same.
It's not been good so far today. And Brown drains a three. How much does that make him have now? What, 13?
Hold on.
what's up?
Oh, Brown just hit a three.
So he's up to 15 now.
Oh, 15.
Yep. The Anunoby, like, I know Knicks fans love him. I like Anunoby defensively. I've never been the biggest Anunoby guy when it comes to offense. But I think with this Knicks team, he needs to score.
And it goes exactly like that. Him taking like the slowest step back you've ever seen and bricking it off back iron.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
Ugh, Bridges can't even hit free throws.
I thought he was going to shoot that anyway. Oh, wow. Okay. Mikal Bridges is just absolutely like obviously this is only the first game, so you don't want to overreact, but I cannot say I'm confident in watching him so far.
Right. Because that's what I'm wondering, like, how much of this is now mental as opposed to just, yes, physically switching your shot, but since he hasn't seen it gone in consistently, is he overthinking? Is he just like, that's where you have to worry? Because, yeah, like I said, like, he missed the free throw. Obviously, they were putting him there that he could hopefully make a free throw, see one go in, and be confident. Now that he's missed the free throw, he's probably thinking more in his head like, am I jumping enough? Am I releasing it on time? Like, that's the last thing you need is a shooter getting in their head.
So let's see. Here we go. Like right now, swinging to the corner. Oh nope. Okay, Drew fell over. Oh.
Yeah. It's like he came out of his shoe.
Okay, he's fine. Because for a second, I saw him reach for his like shoe or ankle. So I'm like, oh, hopefully that's just his shoe falling off.
Yeah.
Good pass by Big Al.
That's what they called
Block.
reaching on Brunson.
Yeah, that's on Brunson.
Which, I mean, even there, with your defensive rotations, if you're allowing Horford to take it from the top and dribble all the way into the paint, somebody's not doing their job correctly.
Yeah, this is just
Brown got his own rebound. Like, come on.
like I said, nothing complicated. Just find Cat's man, put him in the pick and roll or pick and pop, and watch the magic happen.
Bridges can't even make a simple pass now. Jeez. And then gives up like this. This is probably the worst case for Knicks fans watching Bridges. You got guys coming down on defense, staring him in his eye and pulling up over him. And then offensively, he can't make passes. He can't hit jumpers. Like,
Bridges agent sprinting for that contract extension real quick.
oh, man. I wonder if Stephen A is like tweeting or something. Like, if this continues, like, first take tomorrow is going to be grade A entertainment.
Alrighty, well, I got to pop off to go get ready for Meaty Boys, so y'all enjoy the rest of this game, and hopefully the Knicks at least start looking a little better.
All right, Brett. Appreciate it. We'll see you.
Yeah, see you guys.
All right. Let's see. Stephen A hasn't posted anything in a while. All right. I guess he's doing fine. But yeah, so like Brett said, he's going over to do Meaty Boys, his wrestling podcast, and then he and Mo will be live for Wolves Lakers a little bit later. So for the rest of this game, you got Dylan and I holding it down as the Knicks still look like a mess offensively.
Very much. Miles Bridges 0 for 5, not looking good. Anunoby not really a threat either. It's kind of that three between Brunson, Hart, and Towns, kind of just holding it down for the Knicks, and then just like no help elsewhere.
Yep.
As for on the Celtics side, they have what 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double digits.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the story of the game right there. Balanced attack led by Tatum for the Celtics. The Knicks have Brunson, who's having a good game. McBride coming off the bench is the only bench guy that they really had to rely on. But
even then, all he's doing is just scoring.
Like the two big acquisitions, Karl-Anthony Towns started off rough. He's looked a lot better as the game's gone on. Bridges started off rough and looks rough. As Jory said, Mikal Bridges, and very simply, yikes. Exactly.
Oh, he made a shot.
I mean, bound to happen. But now we'll see if the whole mental part of it was, now he hits one, can he hit another one and kind of get into a rhythm? So you got a lineup of Brunson, Bridges, Towns, Hart, and Anunoby. With the Celtics, you got White, Holiday, Horford, Tatum, and Brown.
So probably most likely your starters, at least for the current time being until, Porzingis comes back.
Yeah. Okay, I guess that's a replay. Let me see this. Yeah, that Bridges shot looked more like his normal. I mean, he always had a weird form because he just has really long arms. But that looked like kind of what he's been. extra pass. That's another part where it kills you. Holiday hits that three late in the shot clock. Defense did a good job rotating around, and now Jaylen Brown just harassing Jalen Brunson. 8-second call, like I think that's kind of an underrated thing because this is what Jaylen Brown started doing against Luka in the finals, picking him up like 3/4 court and making it tough on him bringing the ball up. Like Tatum's locked in. Like this is
He killed that first quarter. He absolutely murdered that first quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if your feed might be because like I have heart on the free throw line. Is that where yours is? I think you're muted.
I thought I pressed it. My bad. I have the Gamecast stream on it.
I got you. All right, Hart made both of those. So the Knicks need to get some stops defensively.
Yeah, you can get stops, but you need people to hit off them stops, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you look at it, and Miles McBride's the only one who's hit more than 1 3 this game. As you got Tatum with 6, Horford with 2, Holiday with 4, White with 4, Brown with 3. You know, Hart's 0 for 2. Brunson's only shot 1. Towns is 1 for 2. Anunoby hasn't missed, is 0 for 1, and then Bridges is 1 for 5. So,
yeah. And now, kind of an issue with the Knicks is Jaylen Brown is now starting to guard Jalen Brunson.
mm-hmm.
So now that's taking away his ability to try to be physical with Celtics guards, or because he beat a couple of them off the dribble. So it looks like Brown is trying to lock him up while he's out there.
Man, Tatum's so good.
Yeah, just completely undressed Bridges there on defense.
I ain't gonna lie.
He's up to 32 now.
32, yeah. Al Horford needs to quit missing these shots. I ain't gonna lie. I know sports betting's not a part of it, but I do have Al Horford over 8.5 points, and he's at 6. And he needs to stop playing around and get that 9. He needs to get that 9 because he's missed a 2 and a 3 now.
He'll get there.
If he gets 8, I'll be pissed. Come on, Horford. For the crowd, for Boston. Hit a 3, make them cheer, get one more down.
Tatum looks like he's trying to get 50 tonight.
Hey, that's fine.
Like this game is teetering on 30-point lead right now. All right, so we got 93, 68, 6.5 to go in the third.
Bridges is starting to hit a little bit now. He's starting to come into his own, No points, now having 7. Gotta give him a little credit for that.
Right. I mean, some of that could be the game's kind of out of hand. Maybe he's just playing free right now. Maybe it's just the opening night. He put a lot of pressure on himself.
There's Jaylen Brown again. Yeah, what does ESPN say?
Yeah, those last 2 buckets from Bridges, like that looks like his shot. ball movement. Like this, I mean, Brett said this before he left. Like, if the Celtics are going to shoot this from three, there's
they're
not
shooting
much you can do.
60% right now. That's absolutely crazy. You got to give them a lot of credit.
I mean, this is what Missoula wants. A
Yeah.
lot of talk last year when they shot so many threes was about, oh, they take too many threes. Missoula's like, this is what we want. These guys can shoot it. We know we can make them. We're going to keep taking them.
Good thing about this, you can start the fourth quarter when that does come, But then bench guys out, run them,
Yeah.
Most of the time. If you need to, you
Yeah,
got such a big lead.
Yeah, you get Pritchard, you get Hauser, you get them minutes out there. You get
Because this third
Cornette.
quarter's been dominated by the starters.
Mm-hmm.
No subs.
Which is probably them trying to send a message like, coming out of the locker room, we'll put our foot back on the gas, blow you out, and we'll sit for the fourth. Well, they'll probably play a few minutes into the fourth just to make sure the Knicks don't make one of those little runs that make you a little uneasy if they can make a comeback or not.
Crazy. Jaylen Brown's your guy's leading rebounder right now. He has 7 rebounds.
Like, he's definitely capable of doing that. I mean, last year a lot of times Tatum was the leading rebounder, but I don't know, maybe this is a conscious effort from him this year to maybe rebound a little bit more. I mean, Tatum is 12 of 15 from the floor.
I know. He's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
He also has 8 assists on the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shooting 70% from 3.
I know, it's crazy. Like the playmaking bag that he showed last year when he struggled from the floor, even now with him shooting really well, he's still showing with the 8 assists that he can still do that as well. That makes him such a dangerous cover for a lot of these teams because he's a big guy. He's a lot bigger than you think with long arms. So most times he can get whatever shot he wants. And defensively, he's tough to get by because of the same range that he has with his wingspan.
Yeah, it looks like I thought. Some backups are coming in.
Yeah.
Looks like Pritchard, Cornette, Hauser's in, got McBride, Sims in for the Knicks.
Yeah.
McBride
was hot in the first half.
Well, he's hot again. He just hit another 3.
Yeah.
He's 6 for 6 from the field, 3 from 3 right now. 17 points. Nothing else to go with it. But hey, man, when you got 17 points, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All good. I'm not watching the game live. I'm just watching, the ESPN stream. But Jalen Brunson just made a 10-foot shot. Knicks down, my bad, excuse me. 75-99 with 4:30 left in the third. Brunson making that shot now puts him up to a total of 12, 4 for 6, over 2 from 3. Derek White gets shooting foul. I don't know who on who yet, but we will see. Not sure if that means he's shooting the free throws or he's the one who committed the foul. Oh, definitely he's the one who committed the foul because the Knicks score went up. I just don't know who's shooting the free throw yet, but they made it. It's Brunson. Makes only one of the free throws. Derek White makes another floater. Celtics up 101-76, and then Brunson misses a 7-foot 2-point shot. Cornette with the defensive rebound, 3:52 left in the third. Celtics up 101-76. Knicks with only 2 timeouts left in the third. Interesting. Jalen Brunson shooting foul. Celtics shooting. They made one of them, so don't know who it is yet. My guess would probably be Pritchard if it's on Brunson. Derek White. Okay, fair enough. Makes both free throws. Celtics up 103-76.
All right.
Yo.
Back.
I was just play-by-playing it.
Yeah, all good. All good. Yeah, coming on to the end of the third, Celtics had a 19-point lead going into the half. They've extended that out a little bit, which obviously is what you want to do when you have a big lead. Make some more ground on it. I guess we'll see if the Knicks can maybe close this quarter out a little better and make it a little bit closer. Because, if it goes this way, Missoula's probably going to keep a lot of the starters out for most of the fourth. Which, look, that's a great luxury to have happen opening night of the season.
Yeah, man, you get the little bit extra rest, You don't have to worry about, kind of running them rampant a little too early in a close situation. Kind of can ease them off, let them relax, kind of recover to get back on that stretch of a whole starting of a season. So
yeah,
this is definitely want to see, you're a Celtics fan. This is definitely probably what you want to see right now, especially given, kind of what's been expected from the Knicks, or at least the hype from the offseason.
Yep.
This is definitely what you want to see.
Exactly.
Oh, Ananobi's in. Come on, score. Need 2 3 from you, buddy.
The way Tatum's playing right now, he seems like he has his sights set on MVP.
Hey, man. Bridges is starting to score. Oh, never mind. Tatum just shot a 3. Yeah, Tatum's playing out of his mind right now. 8 for 11 from 3, 37 points, 9 assists, 4 rebounds. Absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
Man, how do you let Campaign get an offensive rebound?
Hey. I was saying earlier, Campaign
Off of a
is
missed 3. That probably had to bounce really far then. Campaign to get it is my guess.
Probably, yeah.
And then he makes a 3.
Back rim.
Watch out, Campaign's cooking. Shit, I got the offensive rebound and the 3.
Tatum, yeah. It's a 3 over Sims, who closed out pretty well. Tatum just rocked, pulled up.
Oh, there's the double-double for Tatum.
See, but now it's because Bridges made a couple of shots, he looks like he's moving with more freedom offensively. He's cutting more. He's not just standing around. I feel like that's a big thing. The Celtics, 25 made threes, opening night NBA record. Make it 26.
Oh, there we go. I need Derek White to get a rebound. I'm sorry. I keep talking about my bet stuff, but at the same time,
That's all right.
Hey, man, go Derek White. I need one more out of you. 4 rebounds. Ooh. I might not even play him, so I might not get that. Come on, one more Derek White.
I get one.
Drew Holiday's in for White. What do you think the Knicks will do going into the fourth quarter? God, McBride's killing it though.
If I were them,
You got to keep McBride in.
Yes, I would play Bridges. Get him into a rhythm.
He's at least definitely had a way better third quarter.
Right, but I would start him in the fourth at least. Let him knock down maybe a couple more shots, and maybe you can build off of that going into game two. Because I will say,
I think you got to run
early on, his
Brunson.
jump shot had that hitch. Right now, he's shooting like he did in Phoenix or in Brooklyn.
What you run? Brunson, McBride, Bridges, Towns, because you probably need Towns in there, and then, man, could run Anunoby just for that defensive threat, but he's not really doing anything offensively to help you out.
I would maybe
2
run
points.
some stuff for Anunoby, get him, because Anunoby looks lost offensively.
True.
Like, because this McBride is what you needed when DiVincenzo was in that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Like that pushed McBride up on the depth chart. And what he's shown tonight is like, yeah, maybe that's why they were readily able to include DiVincenzo, because McBride has this ability, which he showed last year. He would show it like one game, then like 2 games he disappeared, then he would show it. So now with DiVincenzo gone, McBride has to kind of do this consistently. Not necessarily saying that he has to go, 7 for 8 from the field, but can he be a guy who can get you 12 to 15 points night in and night out coming off the bench?
Yeah, I need to see maybe a little bit more, just because we're trying to replace someone like DiVincenzo. He wasn't just a scorer. He could do a little bit of those other roles like that as well too. And that's kind of the whole point of getting Bridges. That was kind of that replacement for DiVincenzo. But definitely someone with like McBride, because we even saw his plus minus was one of the worst ones on the court, even still dropping 17 points. So that kind of didn't really necessarily favor him too much. Getting that assist is definitely nice, but just having 20 points is gonna help you, but you got to do some other things elsewhere to win these games. Because you have 20 points, but you're still down almost 30.
Yeah.
So, and that's not solely on him, it's really Bridges hasn't really done anything till the third quarter. Anunoby's been nowhere. Towns has kind of been, a little quiet. Really didn't do any. Did they even play him in the third quarter? Didn't really feel like it outside of, or at least he didn't score. He was just boarding the whole time.
Yeah, he kind of played early in the third, and then when he went to the bench, like he was there for a while.
He's played 24 minutes this game so far, so that's in 24 minutes. That's my bad. No, it said no. He's played 24 minutes. So he has a whole quarter off. I'm not sure how. Necessarily feel about that. Maybe if he's back in at the start of the fourth, but it's also early. Everyone's not going to get their full run either.
Yeah.
Probably everyone's going to get 5-6 minutes less.
Yeah, 5-6 minutes, see what the score looks like, and then decide whether or not to keep them out for another minute or two or just kind of sit them and wave the white flag.
Yeah, letting the garbage crew.
Yeah.
Which I don't even know who their garbage crew even is. Payne, Jericho Sims.
Yeah, Payne.
Would be
Sims.
McBride probably.
Yeah, McBride might
Jacob
get the whole
Toppin.
fourth quarter. You can see McBride go like the whole fourth quarter, drop like 30, 35 or something.
Yeah, letting Tyler collect, maybe let him in.
Yeah.
There we go. Start of the fourth. Knicks going to make a comeback. Karl-Anthony Towns going to drop 60. Kidding.
Yeah, probably not.
Do you think the Knicks reach 100 though? Yeah, right.
Especially if you get into like garbage time, I would like to
I missed
think
my
yeah,
math.
they did.
Ooh, Hauser 3. There we go. I needed Hauser to have 6 points. Thank you. Thank
There you
you,
go.
Sam Hauser.
I'd like to see maybe Jordan Walsh get into this game.
Jordan Walsh. Okay.
Like I was telling Brett earlier, it's like just seeing
Xavier
the transfer.
Tillman's in again.
Yeah, I think he's a guy that they want to get him in a bit of a rhythm offensively as well.
Oh, and Anobi finally making something. It's a free throw.
And Tillman did have the tough rebound offensively on that Hauser 3. So yeah, so start the fourth. Knicks have Payne, Anunoby, Sims, McBride, and Bridges on the court. Celtics have Tillman, Horford, Holiday, Hauser, and Brown. And you figure Brown's probably going to play like the next couple of minutes, and then he'll sit down.
Yeah. I'll probably maybe shoot a shot or two. That's about it.
So yeah, if we don't see Tatum again, he dropped 37 and 10. Got that double-double with the assists. Yeah, Jaylen Brown knocks down that 3. So it's a 119. Knicks at 89. It's so crazy. Bridges makes one shot, and now he's just more confident with the ball in his hands now.
Oh, 14 points. Kind of probably around maybe what you expect from him. Probably maybe want him to have like around 20 a night, but still.
Yeah.
Kind of doing that kind of hushes a little bit from that first half being a little quiet.
Right, because after the start, he looked kind of hopeless out there, but he's at 6 for 12 from the floor, 50% shooting. It kind of makes his night look a lot better than it. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of really turned up in that third quarter and, made a little noise.
Yeah. Now, 2 for 7 from 3, yeah, Knicks fans don't want to see that, but 50% from the field, you'll take that. Also, no rebounds from him. Probably like to see him get a couple there at least. Brunson only had 2 assists. I think for as much as he has the ball in his hands, you'd like to see that assist number a little bit higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
And they had Brown on a post up there. I think Payne tugged his arm, foul, side out for the Celtics. I run some pick and roll action with Horford. All right, Anunoby with the rebound gets out to Bridges, who tries to make a move, gets fouled. Looks like Pritchard's about to come in. That might be the night for Jaylen Brown.
That's good because I needed under 23.5 points, and he's at 23. Thank you,
There you
Jaylen
go.
Brown. Thank you, Jaylen
Just
Brown. Al Horford made a shot too. I just need one more for you, Horford.
Actually, no. Pritchard came in for, was it White?
Hauser.
Yeah. Hey, Hauser. Yeah. Because Brown's still on the floor.
Ooh. Sorry, I had to turn my camera off for a sec, but Horford made another three. There we go. Horford hit.
I told you to get there for you.
I just need Peyton Pritchard to start going crazy now.
Payne usually does in these type of games.
Because I think I
He'll
need
have some
six.
crazy.
I need 16.5 PRA. So points, rebounds, assist.
Okay.
He's at 7. Oh, I need 14.5, and he's at 7.
Okay. Celtics have made 29 threes,
please.
which
I beg
now
you.
ties an NBA record.
I'm surprised Cat's still not out at all yet.
All right, got timeout from the Knicks. It seems like Thibodeau's just gonna hold him out. It looks like.
And that's crazy to think. That's really crazy to think. Like, I get it, maybe opening night, just no point of running him being down, what now, at this point, 35, which I get, but still, you just want to kind of, not even, rust, but you just want to kind of feel like you just want to get him acclimated to, just playing with these people, especially early on in the season.
Yep.
Because regardless, I get, maybe some teams' aspect is not, fully, go right away at the start of the season, but I don't get why not, because winning games is winning games, and that's why the Celtics do as good as they do, because man, they let most of their starters still play in the fourth. Jaylen Brown's still in.
Yeah.
And Drew Holiday's still making threes, up 35 in the fourth quarter.
I mean, look, with the lead this big, the rim is just 6 feet wide, and guys just feel a lot more confident. They're showing an ad for the Tyson, what's that dude's name? Paul fight. I completely forgot about.
Yeah, honestly, I did too. They did a horrible job promoting that.
Yeah, because that was supposed to be 4th of July, and then Tyson had
to pull out with a sports hernia.
Yeah. So now it's going to be in November.
Which who cares, man? It's going to be probably a second round KO I honestly, I don't think any of his fights were staged, but out of all of them, this one has to be the closest to being staged. And in a movie-like way, because he's not going to knock out Mike Tyson, because that's just I'm sorry, you can't just build a brand off of knocking out 50-year-old Mike Tyson, even if you fought him. They're going to somehow go to a decision. It's going to be a little drag out fight. Tyson's going to have maybe 1-2 moments, maybe rock him once. It's probably it, but it's just going to be Paul just going the whole time. And that will be the fight.
Yeah.
It's going to be a decision. No one's getting knocked out, because that's just not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, the most that will happen is each other will get a knockdown, but Paul will still just beat him senseless throughout the whole fight.
Right. Definitely trending that way. Jury said too late. Talking about the Knicks. By the time they got it going, game was obviously over with. Yeah, this fourth quarter is going to be about probably getting some guys some playing time who didn't get a chance, and just build off of something that they could take going into. I think their next game is Friday night.
Who do they play?
They have. I can tell you, Friday night they have the Pacers.
Ugh. It's not necessarily an easy game.
Right, because that's a team that's going to run it up and down the floor and try to get trail guys for threes and all that. And we've seen the Knicks have lapses defensively tonight as well. So yeah, that may not be the best matchup.
Okay, Pritchard's getting a lot of defensive rebounds right now.
But that's what he does too.
Tillman shooting pretty decent now. Where'd Tillman get drafted from?
Tillman was an addition that they brought in at the trade deadline last year that I did like a lot.
Did you get him from the Grizzlies? Because he was drafted by the Grizzlies, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
they got him.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what trade that was.
Was it part of the Marcus Smart trade?
No, because that was the Porzingis trade.
Okay, I wasn't sure maybe if he just came a part of that.
No, Tillman was trade deadline.
Who would you have traded though?
I have to look that up actually. Let me see. For some reason I want to say like Mike Muscala, but I doubt that. Oh, two future second round picks.
Yeah, honestly, we probably should have just guessed and said picks with some like a player like Xavier Tillman.
And especially with the Celtics.
No offense,
Brad Stevens loves dealing second round picks.
Ooh, Jordan
He loves
Walsh is
getting
in.
them in trades, and he loves. That's what I wanted to see.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but I saw Jordan Walsh check in, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, he's the guy who kind of grew on me in the summer league because I didn't know a lot about him. I saw him play a few times at Arkansas.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Xavier Tillman.
Maybe Kata gets in for a little bit. Maybe Shireman can get some minutes as a rookie. Jaden Springer, maybe.
Pater.
Oh, Pritchard will probably play every second of the fourth.
There you go. Pacome Didet. I don't know that. I don't know him. I mean, maybe that's a player that just skipped me throughout this whole thing.
Yeah, because he came out on the court. I had no clue who he was, and Brett knew him right away. I was trying to think, like, did I miss him from something?
Oh, there we go. Tyler Collection.
Let's see.
The Marquette man himself.
Apparently, was it Daddy Ed or whatever? He compares to Keegan Murray.
It's a solid comparison, I'd say.
Yeah. Like, if that's what he becomes, like, Knicks will take that.
Uh-oh, campaign's heating up. 2 in a row.
Yeah,
There's
he's a
4.
garbage time player.
Campaign 50-point outing. Pritchard, quit missing. Gosh. He's missed he got blocked by Bridges. He's missed like his last 3 shots. And it's like, I'm glad you're getting assists and rebounds, but when I need you to get points, rebounds, and assists, the points count for more.
Right.
So it's like, come on, Pritchard. You're at 10. I need 15. That 3 and that missed 2 would have done it. That would have done it.
I have a feeling he'll probably get it.
He's gonna get subbed out. It's gonna hurt my feelings.
I don't know. Cool. I'm trying to think. I think J.D. Davison is a point guard, but I believe he's in street clothes. I don't think he's active. I got a feeling Pritchard plays.
Hopefully. Please, Pritchard. Drop 5
Because
points.
Missoula probably wants Pritchard to make a couple of shots.
We're 3-1-1. 3-1-1. I'm fine with that.
All right, Kolek hits the 3. Missoula calls timeout. It's 1:30 for the Celtics, 107 Knicks, 4:20 to go in the fourth. So look, maybe the Knicks can make the final score look respectable, but I mean, for the most part, this game's been a blowout. When the starters were in there and the game was in the balance, the Celtics were the much better team tonight, despite what the final score ends up being. All right, so let's see. Looking at some of the numbers once again. Celtics shooting 55%. The Knicks are shooting 57%. Knicks at the half were shooting like 29% from 3. They're now shooting 38%, so they've definitely increased there.
Yeah, that's a
Celtics
solid
are 55%. Rebounds, the Celtics are still out rebounding the Knicks. They still have more assists, 32-20. They have more steals, 6-2. Blocks are even at 3. With all the scoring, Celtics only have 3 turnovers. Like that's also a great stat for them. Knicks only have 8 turnovers, which isn't terrible either. Fouls are pretty even, 14-11. I mean, points off turnovers, Celtics lead that 19-2. That's obviously a big deficit for the Knicks there. Fast break points, haven't had a lot of them. Celtics have 11. Knicks have 4.
I mean, it's not necessarily that the Knicks played bad this game. I mean, definitely in that first half, it was questionable. Kind of picked it up, especially since, it's about to be maybe just like a 20-point deficit, not 30. So kind of cushions the blow a little bit, especially if they win the fourth quarter. I guess that's a little bit of a higher note to go on.
Yeah. Which they are right now, 20-17.
Yes. And I'm not going to say that they will, but it's probably most likely, given that, they'll probably be these guys like Collect and all these guys who probably won't get a lot of minutes are probably going to make the most of them right now.
Yeah. Celtics, their starting lineup in double figures. Hauser now has 8, so he's on the verge of possibly getting to double figures as well.
5 rebounds as well.
Yeah. As I say that, Hauser just did knock down a 2, so now he's in double figures. That's now 6 guys for the Celtics, led by Tatum with 37. Derek White kind of had a quiet 24. Brown had 23. Holiday had 18. That's like Holiday's just a steady, consistent guy. Horford got his 11, and now Hauser has 10. I guess the update, your Pritchard, what was it, 14 and a half you need?
He ain't getting it.
Points, rebounds, and assists?
He ain't getting it. Yep. He ain't getting it.
He's up to 10. Got 3 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. He's got a couple of threes in him. He's got a couple of threes left in him.
Better hope so.
I think with this lineup out there, yeah, he'll get some. He'll at least get opportunities for him.
Come on. I'm fine with 2 assists, a rebound, and a 2-pointer. He doesn't need a 3. I ain't picky.
Right.
Man, if he just wants to go out there and just rip off 5 rebounds real quick, I'm cool with it.
Right. Take them however you can get them.
Oh, Jacob Toppin's in. Can't have all. Oh, we got a rebound though, and he misses another shot. Pritchard, come on. Man, if he made any of those shots, if he made that shot off the rebound, that would have been 4, and he would have been 1 away.
Hey, he's got a couple of minutes left.
Come on, do it again. Rebound, a rebound and a 3 would win it now. A rebound and a 3 would win it now. I need you, Pritchard.
All right. I mean, if Jory's still in here, TNT is setting up for the Lakers game. What'd they do? Show a shot of Bronny warming up and a shot of LeBron.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
The crowd's on their feet for. I bet the crowd's kind of wanting Pritchard to make a shot too.
I know.
Like every time he puts one up, the crowd stands up and is just waiting to cheer for him. Okay, so under 2 minutes, update. Pritchard with 3 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. So as you watching, who might be coming in late, got a watch along going for Celtics Knicks. The game's obviously over. Now it's, can Dylan
Peyton
hit
Pritchard
on his
watch.
pick? Yes, Peyton Pritchard watch.
Need him. Peyton Pritchard misses another shot. Oh my.
Yeah, even the Celtics bench, they just want him to make a 3. And also, those of you tuning in, I was saying a little earlier that with Tuesday nights, with the NBA games, if it's like an intriguing matchup, we'll do watch-alongs for the show. If it's a night where like the 7 o'clock window is not a great matchup, we will obviously still continue to do on the ball, but we might do it a little differently. And next week, it looks like it's going to be Mavs and Timberwolves. I feel like that's a matchup we'll probably do another watch-along for. Yeah, this crowd is completely behind Pritchard. Kolix looked all right.
Don't think Pritchard's gonna hit, sadly.
Probably not, unless he gets some wide open look from 3 here. Let's just say, like, they're showing Al Horford. Like, these guys want Pritchard to make one. Come on, just run a play for him. Get him a 3. Jordan Walsh got a shot up. He missed it.
Yeah, that was
I thought Jericho Simmons was about to take that 3. All right, they're winding down here. Great opening night showing for the Celtics, coming into this game looking to repeat. You couldn't have asked for a better display from them. They're going to get the win, 132-109 over the Knicks. Yeah. Tatum had a great night. I mean, Tatum had an absolutely A-plus night, which a lot of the, talk around him in the postseason was what was wrong with his shot, what was wrong with this and that. He showed tonight that's probably not going to be a problem this year. And unfortunately for Dylan, Pritchard did not get the number needed.
He did not, sadly. Al Horford did his job. Sam Hauser did his job. Jaylen Brown, did his job not scoring 24 points. Sam, Peyton Pritchard, the lone wolf.
Yep. Celtics get the Wizards next on Thursday.
Oh,
That
that's
should be
fine.
interesting. Get the pool party going. Knicks, as I said, Friday night have the Pacers. I guess the final numbers here before we get out of here. Let's see. Knicks shoot 55%, Celtics 51%. 48% from three for the Celtics, 37 for the Knicks. Rebounds 46-41. Celtics win that one. Assists 33-20 in the Celtics' favor. Steals 6-2 for the Celtics. Blocks even at 3. Turnovers, the Knicks had 11. Celtics had 3 turnovers. Fouls pretty even. Celtics 15, Knicks 12. So yeah, all that let you know. Celtics win by 23. We did do our picks earlier, which I don't know if you have picks available.
Give me 1 sec. I will look up, the lines off of. What do you use? What do you use?
ESPN Bet. So basically, just the ESPN website because they have the numbers there under all the matchups anyway. I'm assuming the numbers haven't changed in a couple of hours.
Okay, I'll look. Sorry if I repeat someone's pick. Just how it is.
I mean, well, after the primetime games, I can tell you the picks that Brett and I
Gotcha.
had.
Okay. Cool. So prime time is Vikings Rams.
Yep.
Minus 3.5. I'm taking the Vikings.
Oh, they have it at 3.5?
Oh, 3. My bad.
3, yeah. Okay.
That's my bad.
I'll say that's what I wrote down. Pretty good.
Okay. So the Sunday night is Cowboys, 49ers. I'm taking the 49ers, probably just by six touchdown, taking the 49ers.
Mhm.
Sorry, Cowboys fans. Then Monday is Pittsburgh Giants, 6.5. I'm taking Pittsburgh regardless. I think Pittsburgh's going to, do really good. Russell Wilson had a great outing. Love my boy Russ. Go Hawks. Okay, so what was your guys' picks after that?
So Brett took the Packers minus 4.5 for his favorite over the Jags. And he's going into the well once again, taking the Commanders plus 2.5. Oh, that line actually changed. When he did, it was Commanders plus 2.5, but it's now down to 1.5, so I'll change that. He's taking his Commanders for his underdog. I took the Ravens minus 9 over the Browns, which we don't even know who their starting quarterback's going to be. They did sign Bailey Zappi, who might be the backup. And I took your Seahawks plus 3 against the Bills.
There we go. Good. I don't have to touch him at all then.
Right.
All right. So okay.
Everything else is
I can
available
work
to
with
you.
that. Interesting. The Eagles are underdogs against the Bengals, which is something to think about.
Yep. Jory did offer up a pick saying, if you want easy money, she said take the Lions minus 11 against their Titans.
I thought that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make that mark the Lions minus 11 over the Titans. It's interesting. I was gonna say I want to maybe take Tampa Bay as an upset, but man, maybe just Atlanta. I don't know, man. Atlanta did not look good last week at all. Thank you, Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Due to Seattle, just like having Mike McDonald there, I'm like, man, we can just dominate defensively some games, and you can see glimpses of that from it. And that was just one of the days, we were coming off of already a 3-game losing streak. We were hungry for a win. Lost to a team, to a Giants where we probably should have beat them. So we needed that. Hopefully we can keep that energy going into Buffalo and win, especially at home. So
Mm-hmm.
hope for that. I hope for that. Is it a home or is it away? I don't know. I can't tell if ESPN's top or bottom who's home or away. I'd assume they're away, actually.
That game is Seahawks Bills. Yeah, that game's in Seattle.
Oh, it's in Seattle? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fair enough. So this is rough. Because I don't think the Saints will beat the Chargers. The Chargers the worst after that game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would say the Patriots, and then the Jets would just actually win a game, and then it'd be like, oh well, yeah, of course. The time I don't pick the Jets.
Right.
The Cardinals are interesting, but this is the game Tua comes back. And after a bad production game from Waddle and Tyreek last game, only both getting a catch for 8 yards apiece,
Mm-hmm.
I'd expect them to kind of run rampant. Dang. So my choices are the Eagles, Bengals. So the Eagles upset, the Colts upset. Man, I don't think the Panthers will upset. As much as I'd like to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the Eagles.
Technically, I'm about to say, I guess technically, if you're taking underdog, you could technically go Browns. Because I take the Ravens as a favorite. So if you like the Browns, and Brett had the Packers as a favorite, or if you like the Jags, I mean, those are out there. But you're going Eagles plus 2.5.
Yeah, it just seems like a more confident pick. The Eagles are still a really good team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to count them out. Cincinnati has had their struggles throughout the whole season. Kind of on their run now. And I've been saying it with Cincinnati. Just don't count them out, even when they were just kind of, 1-4. I was like, they're going to be okay. They're going to get on their track, play better. This is a longer season than what we're used to. So, could have 5-6 losses, win out. Something like that, but it's getting down. It's getting close. We're getting to the trade deadline. We're getting really close to everything. So it's interesting to see where these games go. But I think Philadelphia knows they need to win it, and the Commanders are going to struggle with the Bears in their own right. They're not even the favorite in that game. Bears are going to play them tough, especially on that defense. Daniels maybe isn't playing. I don't think it's going to be Mariota. It would be my guess. They'd be smart to just play Mariota. So
Right.
you could struggle against that Bears defense, and Eagles take lead after that. So maybe have that mindset going into the game, play a little bit tougher. That's what you would hope for.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's been a weird season, so why not take the chance there? I know Bengals offenses looked whatever, Eagles maybe. So I guess just to remind everybody our picks before we do get out of here. Brett is taking the Rams plus 3. Dylan and I have the Vikings minus 3. We all are taking the 49ers minus 4. We're all taking the Steelers minus the 6.5. For our favorites, Brett's got the Packers minus 4.5. Dylan's got the Lions minus 11. I've got the Ravens minus 9. Our underdogs, Brett's got the Commanders plus 1.5. Dylan's got the Eagles plus 2.5. I have the Seahawks plus 3. Those are our picks. Right. It was an impressive win against Atlanta, I'm not going to lie. I will have the picks up on – I'll try to remember to put the picks up on the Integrity Sports Network page. I forgot last week, but I will definitely try to get
DK's one-hand block.
He's just – look, DK does something like every week that just makes you marvel at his ability.
It's either you're impressed of him. It's like you're either impressed of him or you're like, God dang it, man, why'd you do that? Come on.
Yeah.
It's like someone's like, imagine if you actually like tried 100% of the time. Like,
Right.
yeah, I see that. I get that.
Yeah. So we'll see what he does this week to kind of fascinate everybody. But
Give the corner an attitude adjustment.
exactly. Who knows? That could happen one day. You never know. He's that physical of a guy.
Climb up the goalpost all the way to the top. Take off the little flag.
Do like the college thing, just rip the goalpost out himself and carry it around. Like, why not? I wouldn't doubt he couldn't do it.
Throw it out of the stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as we close up here, I guess anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I mean, enjoy that next game upcoming. Timberwolves Lakers. Should be a fun game. Should already have started, right? I'm not too 100% sure yet.
I actually don't think it's started yet.
No, it's not 9 yet. I wasn't too sure. But we got like about 10 minutes left, probably a little bit more than that because it says 9, but they don't start till like 9:10, 9:15.
Right.
They lie to you every time saying that the game starts at that time. But overall, enjoy that game. It's gonna be really good. I'm not sure who everyone's picking in it. I'm gonna watch it, but gonna kind of keep it to the side. Not gonna be interested in all the Bronny LeBron talk. Just kind of interested in playing basketball, especially got to give credit to the Timberwolves as well too. They're a good team. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how good they were last year. Let's not just keep it on Bronny, who's a second-round pick, the 57th overall pick. So,
yeah, you were preaching to the choir on that one.
Let's talk basketball. Let's not talk, anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think Brett and I were like, look, if you're gonna do the whole Bronny LeBron thing, get it out of the way early in the game.
Leave that for ESPN. Leave it for the talk shows. Leave it for SportsCenter. Don't do it for actual game casting where it's an actual live basketball game. That's just all I ask for. You have these so many shows on the off times. Literally. I want to say how many are 18 at what? How many hours before a game? The games are 2-3 hours. So you got 21 hours to talk about it before the game. When the game's on, let's talk basketball. Let's talk about the game.
I agree. I mean, we'll see. We will see how many times those two are mentioned on the night.
My guess is
going to be way too many.
Over under 50. I'm going to say over 50.
Right. Probably. Yeah, like Dylan said, you guys can go ahead and enjoy that game. I know Brett said he and Mo are going to do a watch along for that game, so go check out And One podcast to get their viewpoint on it. They got Ken Griffey Jr. there.
I know, that's cool.
That is cool. He was definitely one of my favorite baseball players. And look, he's taking a picture with Bronny and LeBron. They dragged Ken Griffey into it.
Man, the father-son thing. I guess that's cool, but it'd be cool if they're like that. I guess that's cool in that aspect. I don't.
Yeah, that yeah. And I feel like
the second ever
the game,
in that sport, first ever in that sport. You can't hate that.
Yeah, I mean it's Griffey. You can't hate Griffey.
Nah, can't hate Griffey.
But yeah, so make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe or follow. Greatly appreciated. We wanted to try something different with the podcast. Like I said, next week we'll probably do this again because Mavs Wolves will be a great matchup.
Conference finals rematch.
Exactly. So it's gonna be fun to see Clay with the Mavs, Randall DiVincenzo with the Wolves, like how both teams look with those two guys. So make sure you're back here next week, Tuesday, 7:00 for another edition of On the Ball Podcast. For myself, Dylan, and Brett, who had to obviously step out to go do Media Boys, their wrestling podcast. Greatly appreciate all of you. Yeah, we're out of here. Enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the second game, and we will see you next week.